The film starts with our main character Connie, who is trying to fly a virtual plane in a video game. But the poor guy is such a bad pilot that the plane crashes directly. That's when his daughter comes and reminds him that today is his birthday, and Connie had promised that he would take him out. When Connie asks what she wants in the gift, she asks for a horse. As soon as Connie hears this, she gets an awkward smile on her face, because seeing her financial condition, it seems impossible to give such a gift. Connie is a salesman in an electronics store where he is quite an expert in gadgets, TV, and appliances, but his income is not much. On top of that, he has recently been divorced, but he goes to meet his daughter every week. When he leaves his daughter at his ex-wife's house, we meet Milo, who is his ex-wife's new husband. Milo is a rich pilot who has a big farm where there are horses, exactly the same thing for which Connie's daughter dreams. But Connie can't afford it. Meanwhile, there is a big criminal deal going on in a dark parking garage in the other corner of the city. Some drug dealers arrive with a large duffel bag, which contains 30 kilos of high-grade drugs. They meet a mafia gang who wants to make this deal through Bitcoin so that they can escape the eyes of the banking system. But the police are already after them. Their calls have been traced for months, and every move is being monitored. Before the deal is completed, the drug suppliers give a sample of only 1 kilo to verify the buyer's money. They lock the remaining 29 kilos in their car so that if something goes wrong, the loss is less. When the police units go out to execute the operation, the criminals have a bad feeling. The drug suppliers immediately run towards their car to secure those 29 kilos again. But before that, an unknown person comes out of the dark. He goes straight to the driver. He shoots very calmly and accurately, and the driver dies there. The next moment, there is a commotion in the entire garage. In the midst of this commotion, the same criminal shooter picks up the bag, which contains 29 kilos of drugs, and puts it in his car. At the same time, a common man is also present in the parking garage. He sees the entire shooting and theft with his own eyes. Despite the panic, he takes out his phone and starts recording the video. The shooter, who is already hyper-alert and paranoid, immediately notices that someone is making his video. In a second, he understands that if this footage leaks, then his entire operation will be ruined. He immediately changes his direction and runs after the witness. Now the main conflict of the film has begun. The scene is cut at the electronics store, where Connie is explaining to her customer about the gadgets. Technical specifications, audio output, refresh rate, everything explained so commonly that customers are genuinely impressed. A customer named Dinah comes a little before the store closes. She needs headphones. Connie suggests her a better model, says that the decibel output and sound quality are both superior, and the price is also affordable. Dinah is happy with her honest suggestion and takes the same headphone. After the store closes, the manager asks Connie for a favor and says that a customer urgently has to install a TV. Connie, as usual, agrees without thinking. He takes his toolkit and reaches the customer's house. She says to set up the whole TV. Then she goes out of work. Connie puts on her headphones and starts working. She has no idea that the game of death is going on in the other room of this house. It happens in the house of the same man who had recorded the entire scene of the garage. The shooter has come here following him. Standing behind Connie, the shooter shoots that man and then runs away from there. Before dying, that man hides his mobile phone in such a place where no one can find it immediately. This phone is going to be the biggest threat to Connie later. Connie, poor unknown, finishes her installation work, takes off the headphones, packs the tools, and passes through the house to get out. Then her eyes fall on the dead man. Connie freezes for a moment. She doesn't know what to do. Call, run, or just stand. Meanwhile, Cecilia returns home. She comes inside and sees her husband dead, while Connie stands next to him. In a few minutes, the police come and arrest Connie. Connie explains again and again that he had just come to install the TV, but he becomes the prime suspicion of the police. There is no sign of forced entry in the house, and at that time, there was no one else in the house. The police take him into custody without much thought. The court appoints a public defender for him, who is clearly worried about the burden of work and is suspicious of Connie's story. Every proof goes against Connie. Despite the criminal record being 0, he is sent to jail to wait for the trial. His life is completely destroyed in a moment. Connie is a decent man, and it is very difficult to survive with him in the barren environment of the jail. Connie gets the duty of laundry, where she meets Doe and the prisoners, Narendra and Musa. Both are making a plan to escape from jail. Their plan was to run through a tunnel behind the washing machines and leave the country with the help of a pilot. Connie secretly listens to them carefully. Gradually, he finds out all the details of the plan, like when and who will leave, how far the tunnel goes, and what is the flight schedule. During the meeting with his lawyer, Connie tells him an important thing, that the dead man mentioned a phone before he died. The lawyer checks the evidence log, but there was no phone listed there. Hearing this, Connie's last hope also ends. But he decides that he will use the tunnel to escape from the jail, and he will find the phone and bring it. When there is no guard in the laundry room for a while, Connie sees the opportunity and enters the tunnel. He crawls through the narrow, dark tunnel and moves forward and finally comes out. After coming out, he changes his clothes and goes straight to Cecilia's house. He looks for the phone everywhere in the house, but he does not find anything. Only then Cecilia comes back. She's shocked to see Connie. Connie explains to her that her husband mentioned the phone before he died, and I think there is some evidence in that phone. He says that if you get the phone, contact me, and then he immediately returns to the jail through the tunnel, but he leaves the tunnel at a very wrong time. Narendra and Musa are present in the laundry room, and they see Connie leaving their tunnel. Both of them go crazy with anger seeing this. To save Connie, he goes straight into the washing machine. Musa closes the lid of the machine without thinking and starts the wash cycle. Connie starts roaming inside the machine and finds it difficult to breathe. When Connie is close to unconsciousness, Narendra closes the machine and takes her out. Then he finds a photo in Connie's room in which Connie's ex-wife is with her new husband. Connie has not left his face recognizable, so he thinks that Connie is the pilot and he can help her in her escape plan. They both deal with Connie that if he helps her as a pilot, then they will also include her in their escape plan. Connie says yes helplessly because this is her chance to prove her innocence. On the other hand, Cecilia is still looking for the phone. One evening, when she is tired and lying on the bed, her eyes fall on the light fitting of the ceiling and she sees something there. She stands on the bed and sees that she gets a phone from there. She puts the phone on charge and then Detective Helena comes there. As soon as they are talking about both the cases, the phone automatically connects to the TV and the video of that day starts playing. The shooter in the video is actually Helena, but as soon as Helena turns and looks at the TV, her family's pictures start playing on the screen. Cecilia does not tell Helena anything about the mobile. As soon as Helena leaves there, Cecilia immediately contacts Connie and tells her the whole truth. Hearing this, Connie decides that along with her innocence, she will also reveal the real face of the police department to everyone. Here, Narendra and Musa's escape plan is also activated ahead of time. All three try to run through the tunnel, but this time the security system detects them first. Alerts are issued throughout the city. Cecilia somehow delivers the video evidence to Connie, but Helena tracks them and starts following them in the police car. Then Musa fires a bullet and blows the tire of his car. With this, he safely escapes from there and reaches directly to the airport. Helena calls and asks for backup from the department. Connie goes to the cockpit of the plane, but he does not know how to fly a plane. Afraid, he jumps out of the plane window and runs towards the airport. There, we see Dinah, the same headphone customer. It turns out that he is actually an undercover cop and Helena's junior, but he is sure that Connie is innocent. Meanwhile, Helena sees Connie at the airport and shoots her directly. The bullet injures Connie and she is shifted to the hospital. Helena takes advantage of her police access and enters the hospital room and tries to kill Connie by giving an injection, but Dinah arrives on time. Helena hides as soon as she hears her voice. Dinah comes in and sees a poisonous injection on Connie's hand and understands everything. She takes out her gun and goes to the washroom, but then Helena suddenly attacks her. There is a fierce fight between the two. In the end, Helena shoots herself with Dinah's gun. Hearing the sound of the bullet, another police officer comes there, so Helena kills him with Dinah's gun so that everyone thinks that Dinah did all this. But then Connie hits Helena on the head with something, and she becomes unconscious. Dinah and Connie run away from there. Helena then manipulates the police chief and sets the whole force against Connie and Dinah. They both hide in the electronics store at night. Then Dinah cleans Connie's wounds. At the same time, Connie remembers one thing: that streamed content is saved in the TV motherboard. This meant that those videos will still be saved in the TV's memory. They both go to Cecilia's house, and as she had thought, the video is still there. But the problem is that her phone was broken and there is no way to copy. In a state of anxiety, they both pick up the TV and go to find their lawyer Husa. But only then they find out that their lawyer is actually involved with Helena. They see Husa bringing a bag, and Dinah immediately understands that there are drugs in that bag. But to confirm, they have to go closer. Connie is now trying to understand the partnership between Helena and Husa. That is when Dinah clears everything. Husa gives Helena the details of his criminal clients. Then Helena raids them and steals their stuff. And then they both sell it in the black market. To move, they steal a key card. Dinah stands guard and Connie sneaks in. A little further, he sees that a big deal is going on with big drug dealers. Both pull the TV to the front desk. From there, they deliberately call the police. Here, the police chief calls Helena and tells her about the raid. In the middle of the meeting, Helena picks up a call in which the chief says that he is going after Connie. Hearing this, Helena gets scared and immediately says that she herself is coming there. After a while, she leaves the meeting and goes out. Outside, she meets the police and sends them in the wrong direction. But then Joseph comes from behind and Dinah gets a chance to hand over the TV. But as soon as the elevator opens, Moosey comes out and without warning, shoots him directly. The screen breaks by colliding with the railing. Moosey goes mad with anger because Connie had wasted his money. Helena's plan to take the police away from the deal fails when a policeman sees Connie from a distance and moves towards her. Meanwhile, Moosey is coming down. He has no idea about the chaos below. Connie runs straight after him. Police catches Dinah and the chief again turns against him. Connie finally catches Moosey and drops him on the ground. But as soon as Moosey pulls out the gun, Connie freezes and moves back. Hassa smiles, picks up the cash bag, and is about to leave when the police arrives and catches her. Hassa keeps shouting, but the bag falls there. Connie picks up the bag and leaves. That's when Moosey's voice comes. Without thinking, Connie throws the bag at him and, fulfilling her promise, returns the stolen money. Meanwhile, Dinah is fighting the officers. Shouting, she says she has all the evidence. Helena remains calm and runs the taser straight until Dinah becomes unconscious. Seeing all this, the chief begins to doubt. Connie secretly picks up the TV screen and leaves. He goes to a room and, with the help of a staff member, connects the TV hard drive to the elevator screen. Joseph was already in a little doubt. But when he saw the video with his own eyes, he unhurriedly put a handcuff in Helena's hand. When Helena is being taken, a report comes on the radio that now he is a prime suspect. Drug mafia, lawyer, and Helena are all in the custody of the police. The chief apologizes to Dinah that he should have listened to her earlier, and Connie is proven innocent. He sits on a horse and goes to meet his daughter, but can't control her. In a little while, he jumps off the horse and the rest of the kids get scared. When he tells Julia that he had only borrowed the horse, she smiles, hugs him, and returns to her friend. Dinah comes to him, both sit in the shade of the tree, and this film ends here. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new video.